start casting. Looks like our first matchup might be Whackjo versus Boostless. Now, Boostless is definitely not how you're going to want to start out this game one.
Yeah, you need at least some kind of boost to go into it, and I think with Whackjo here, I think we're going to be seeing some good Rocket League. It's going to be still for it's even going to be the first game that we're going on today for Whackjo versus Boostless. But Boostless, I know we've seen them before in past tournaments. I'm not sure about Whackjo, but yeah, I mean, start off with some boost full, I would say. I mean, what do you think, Kitty?
What, Boostless a returning contender then? Maybe their strategy, maybe they're just honing a strategy nobody's ever thought of before. The Boostless Rocket League tournament dream.
It is definitely the dream that I think that's, it's the dream team, I would say, since it is Sunday Funday today. I'm also seeing some good activity in the chat a little bit here. It's going to be a little bit slow, but I think we are going to have some fun times. I guess Septi asks, is Squishy participating? You know what? I have no clue if he is. Look, I thought I saw him in the list somewhere in there, maybe early on, but who knows? Hopefully, maybe Whackjo and Boostless can get in here. I mean, what's taking him so long? Aren't they itching to play?
Well, if their half is itching to play, as I am to start casting, then they will be on the field shortly. Although, looking at the list, we should have the whole crew ready to go. I count 7 people, which including 3 as me, you, and the broadcaster, and then 2 for each team should mean that we're full up. So maybe they're just flipping a coin, see who will line up first, and then have that game of chicken across from the ball where they both do the fake kickoff and then nobody goes for it, and then it just sits in the middle, and they all look at each other awkwardly until they score a kickoff goal.
Looks like Quinjo and Whacka and Quinjo are doing good things here, and Boostless getting for Scotty. Scotty and Geek Kid. So it looks like we're getting one of our PRL members to get involved with this. I'm pretty excited to get going on here. Geek Kid, do you think he's really good at the Rocket League plays, you think?
Honestly, this might be the first time I've seen Geek Kid play, but it's going to be Scotty coming in with the early shot onto the goal. Whackjo barely blocking that one. Geek Kid wants to get aggressive contesting as we start getting down to the first 30 seconds of the game. Only one shot so far. Getting a little scrappy, though. Scotty gets bumped from behind, still gets the ball over into the corner, wants to redirect it, gets a little bit of help on the backside. Boostless up 1-0.
Yeah, Quinjo was caught off the rotation there, and then Whacka, being in an awkward spot, knew that he was going to, looked like he was going to go high a bit over him, and then he thought maybe he's going to go low, so maybe a bit of over prediction from Whacka to not be able to make that save. But what a shot from Scotty to finish it off to get things started here.
A nice job from Geek Kid as well, perfectly timing the hit on the ball as it comes down from the ceiling.
Yeah, it actually bounced, a little bit of a doink off of, I think it was Whacka, who was just trying to get in front of the ball there, and then it was a really nice play from Geek Kid to just keep at it in there and to get that shot into there. Now 2-0, and we're not even past the we're still in the 4-minute mark still in this game.
Whacka gonna block another shot on net as Scotty continues to keep the pressure up. These kind of surprise goals going to be a lot more common into. Scotty comes around fast to take the ball away from Whacka, who did have an opportunity to put it in net. Boostless with the relentless pressure continue to take the ball over into the corner of Whackjo. Whackjo doing their best to bring the ball back. A bicycle by Scotty going to pop it up in the air. Quinjo gets there first, set up off the backboard. Whacka can only redirect it into the corner as Scotty hits it back to midfield. Both players from Whackjo now circling around the ball. Whacka's by the goal. He's got position. That's going to force Geek Kid on the defense, as right now Boostless have done a pretty good job sitting in front of their goal, countering all of the plays of Whackjo, and then bringing the pressure right back onto the blue team.
And I'm also seeing some of these pit maneuvers coming out of Geek Kid against Whacka and Quinjo, they almost get a nice shot there, but just, again, they're just kind of crowding the net a little bit and not even giving them an opportunity. It looked like he was really close, but just was barely off. So it looks like now the pressure is now starting to be on Boostless a little bit since they now have to go back for boost. But Whacka and Quinjo are maybe starting to find their rhythm. Who knows right now? We'll just have to see when the game goes on here. It's already 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, and it's already 2-0 for Boostless, so who knows what can happen here in these 2 minutes.
The game has definitely calmed down in the last 2 minutes, which can only go in the favor of Whackjo's. Boostless had some lightning fast goals, one after the other. But right now, they have not been able to mount any offense for the time being, or at least any offense that converted into goals. They're just jockeying for control around midfield right now. Oh, Geek Kid goes a little bit wide. Scotty comes up to contest. Ball still going to be high in the air. Quinjo has an opportunity. Geek Kid does not get knocked out of the goal, but also can't clear it out. So Quinjo comes through with the second hit on his own shot to get them on the board.
Whacka's bullying, I think, took Geek Kid a bit out of the play here. He did miss him on that last hit, but it just allowed Quinjo to get the shot that he needed to just put pressure on the defense. So the defense kind of shutting down after he takes that shot in. But now it's 2-1 here, 2 minutes left to go. I think we're going to be seeing more of Quinn and Whacka doing some more work.
All right, well, Quinjo definitely in the game now. Boostless going for another aggressive play. Couldn't quite find the inside angle on the goal, but they're still going to have the ball in a scoring position. Whacka now trying to clear. Gets a hit off to the side, but Geek Kid coming down from the wall. Gets a touch on the nose, but can't follow through. So now Scotty tries to contest Whacka. He goes wide. It's up to Geek Kid to knock it into the corner. Now Quinjo looking to set up his teammate, but that ball is going to go back towards the other side. More people from Boostless here now contesting. Whackjo had to go back for boost. Quinn, the only one on defense, but he's going to get demoed. Ball sitting around in middle as Whack is the only one left. Quinjo respawning, and they will have more than enough time to get a handle on this, as it looks like both teams have kind of set up around midfield as the main point where they contest for control of the ball. Geek Kid, one shot, blocked by Whackjo, and now with under a minute, all the pressure on Whack.
Yeah, Whackjo now needs to convert this defensive wall that they have set up here. Looks like Quinjo and Whacko have actually had a decent clearing attempts away from their end, and Boostless can't really find a really clean goal that they can take here because they're starting to see some chances coming out of Quinn and Whacka. So Quinn and Whacka doing a great job on the offensive pressures. Now Boostless, can they defend this net for another 30 seconds? And it's just one goal to put into overtime for Whacka and Quinn.
Scotty has had some clutch saves as well. Just got one there on the net as Boostless hanging on to their defense by a thread. Clock ticking down to 10. Ball in front of their goal. Geek Kid able to knock it out, but it's still going to be in the scoring zone. Scotty's here on defense. This is the last chance as Quinjo tries to bring it in. It's not going to happen. Ball falls to the ground. Boostless keeps their 2-0 lead that they got in the first 40 seconds to win game one.
And that was the make or break moment for Whackjo. A little bit too late, though, because once they got a good clear off of that last hit, it was completely over since it was both of them going for the same ball. And also, it looks like Whacka was trying to get him off the defense, too, to get a hit, but he wasn't in time when Quinjo was trying to go for that last hit for the last goal of it to put it into overtime. But it looks like Boostless takes one off of them now for just 2-1 though, so this is still a very close game. Whackjo can only do maybe a couple minor adjustments, maybe more on the not have a defensive game early on to make Boostless score at least 2 goals, because Whackjo really kind of fell apart in the beginning, but then really brought it back together in the very end. So who knows, maybe Whackjo will have a better chance into game 2. I think they're going to give Boostless, a run for their boost. That's for sure.
I actually think, in my opinion, Boostless was not looking as good as Whackjo for about the last 3 minutes of that game. Whackjo was getting a bit more coordinated setups. Boostless was looking pretty frantic on defense, had some clutch saves that allowed them to pull it out, but those are not the kind of saves I think that you can count on consistently. And at the same time, Whackjo just wasn't letting them have any plays in front of the goal. So this game could end up a lot differently if Boostless can't find those same kind of opportunities that they did in game 1.
Yeah, I think you're right when it comes down to the momentum that Whackjo is starting to put up against Boostless here, because all they really need is just a couple chances, and it almost goes off the post. Just what a great effort from Quinn to put that on net, to just put the pressure on, just keep the pressure on Boostless. So Geekid and Scotty are starting to see that some of these goals are getting really close, and they might crack the shell here if they can keep this up.
All right, sigh of relief from Boostless. Geekid gets a pretty standard save on that shot, however, so ball will be back in front of the blue goal. Boostless still in possession. Both players of Whackjo are here. Whacka goes up off the wall to get it. Can't find the touch. And so if Geek Kid could have been a little bit faster than that. Don't think he expected the speed coming off the wall. But right now, both teams playing back, looking to use their teammates to set up a shot on the net, because these defenses are looking much better.
Yeah, and including their rotations as well. Looks like Geekid isn't going for as many as Scotty was in the beginning here. So it looks like Scotty and Geekid have a good rotation going here when it comes into the offensive side. Ooh. And then it looks like that Quinn finally got a hit off that for allowing Whacka to get a really nice, just a clean goal into there. Geekid was trying to come back after he missed that ball. Actually almost hit it in that case, but looks like Whacka here doing work after Quinn just bumps him out of the way. So it looks like physical play is what they're going to be relying on.
Went up for a bit of a flying circus there around the ball as everybody missed it. And Boostless looking for some of that offense they had early. This one close to going in, but just going to ride across the front of the goal as the teammate not there. Geek Kid popping it up high in the air. Whacka trying to find the redirect. Still going to get knocked around. Not close to the goal now, so Boostless safe for the moment, but Whackjo still on their side. They're looking for the clear, at least into the blue zone. Now Scotty taking it up over the top of Quinjo, moves it out. Geek Kid's there. Can't quite find it. Scotty with the third attempt. Whacka saving it. And I think Boostless is going to have to reset, as now it will be Whackjo with the opportunity. Geek Kid goes up high on the wall, but Quinjo takes it even higher. Scotty knocks it back to Whackjo, and he's just going to score from about a third of the way down by the wall. Whackjo now the ones with the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I don't think Scotty got the hit he wanted off the corner, since it was very awkward for him after he hit that, because it looks like he was trying to hit it with his nose or maybe get a little bit of a pinch, and Geek Kid probably was not even looking inside. Hey, he looks like he has a decent pinch here, so I'm just going to maybe rotate back a little bit. And as he was turning, Whacka made just the precision, the most precision shot I've seen between the post and between the players. So well done by Whacka to put it up 2-0. And Whackjo, the pressure is just mounting against Boostless.
Geek Kid pretty confident that shot wasn't going to go in either. Looked like it may have been on target. Boostless just cannot angle themselves correctly in front of the goal. It seems to be in position for when that ball rolls across. Always a bit too slow. And then Scotty can't block this attempt. So Whacka going to walk this one in. This is the biggest lead of the series.
It is a great mind game by Whacka to put it to 3-0. And Boostless now it's kind of sweating now. It's only 2 minutes left, or 2 minutes 15 seconds. So Scotty and Boostless, Scotty and Geek Kid, I think need to find a way to get into the defense and get into the head of Whackjo, because right now Whackjo's in the head of Boostless.
We have seen how fast Boostless can score, so they're definitely not out of this. Two's quite mercurial in nature, but the ball still just going to be ping-ponged around in mid. Boostless going to have to go for some pretty fast plays to make up this deficit. They are going to have a shot on net right here, a little bit wide to the post. Now they're trying to take it back out. Geek Kid contesting off the wall, but the ball's still going to float into the orange zone. Scotty gets the hit over the top of one defender. Quinjo soft back towards the corner. Whacka's got it, gets it past Geek Kid. This is going to be an open net. 4-0 Whackjo.
Yeah, Boostless, he looks like Geek Kid now is, after Scotty missed that that sort of pass into there. They're now committing 2 guys onto the offense, and then Whacka just only needs to beat 1 more guy. So it was basically now a one-on-one situation. So Boostless kind of going all in on the offense, not the best idea when you're in a 2v2s, because 2v2s really can hurt you even when you're on the defense. And now, excuse me, when you're on the offense, and then it has to turn into where the defensive strategy now is coming back. So then here again, they just can turn this around so quickly, so Whackjo can come back after Geekin and Scotty both commit to that offensive opportunity. So now 5-0, 1 minute 11 seconds in. Boostless have now not even just a mountain to climb, but probably Everest.
Well, you know, they say victory or death. Boostless are getting killed right now. They went in all or nothing, I think, on offense with 3-0 down, and now they're paying for it. This could be their opportunity as Whacka is going to get demoed. We've got one in front of the net looking for the setup here. Geek Kid redirects, but it is off the side by the post. And so I think their best opportunity ending up in nothing is pretty much summed up how this game's gone for Boostless.
Yeah, going for Boostless right now. It looks like some of their offensive rotations. It looks like some of the individual play. Well, also I'd say some uncharacteristic mistakes coming out of both Geekit and Scotty. Because when Whacka and Quinn Joe have control of the game, it looks like Geekit and Scotty can't really touch it, but only maybe just clear it and just give them enough room to maybe get some more boost so they aren't boostless anymore. But as we're seeing with Scotty and Geekid, they're both really hesitant on the rotations for the offense. And with 2 of those goals later, Wacko and Quinn were able to convert those into those goals.
This is a couple times that Boostless has gone for very aggressive contests on the ball, but then also just kind of gone flying wide at the same time. And in 2s, if you're the last line of defense and you move up boosting, you jump at that ball, you have to hit it.
Yeah, it is crucial to hit that last ball back, because now that it is only a two-man scene, it's now when the offensive man is up there, he needs to rotate back as quickly as possible, even when he's just missed the ball or something like that. Or maybe in going for maybe even a bump can be really risky, because if the last guy misses, well, now it's just open season for whatever team is now going for that ball. And in this case, it was Whackjo against Boostless. So Boostless, I'd say if they want to come back into this, I'd say they have to be more careful on their offensive rotations, and including when they are in the midfield. So when, let's say, one of them misses the ball or something, one of them will already be rotating back for them to at least put the ball back into Whackjo's area. So Whackjo coming in really patient, I would say, and then coming back in the end. But in this case, it was just an onslaught of 5-0. Whacka with 9 shots. So, and he has all the goals in this game. So Whacka's doing work.
Indeed, a commanding performance by Whacka and a commanding win over Boostless. They're going to be looking to regain some of that spark that we saw early in game 1. I think they have gone over 9 minutes now without scoring a goal against Whackjo. So that is definitely a problem on the offensive side for Boostless.
Yeah, I think when the pressure starts mounting against them, it looks like Boostless kind of a bit crumbling under the pressure now. But we're seeing some shots. We also did see some shots later in game 2 when Boostless was actually had an offensive rotation. So we can't count out Boostless quite yet, because with some of these shots, they've come in fast and blazing fast. So I think with Whackjo, I think they still need to be careful with some of these shots that Boostless can take, because they still are a formidable team.
Boostless seems to do a better job of taking things fast off the kickoff. Might be able to take Whackjo by surprise here. Kickoff goals a bit more effective in 2s, but this one is going to go over the top of Scotty. Whacka looking to put it in, but it goes off into the corner. Now Scotty just wants to clear, but nobody able to get a hand on it. He knocks Whacka out of the way. Quinjo's still trying to get something going. Scotty doing a nice job of just bringing it back out of the goal zone. As Geek Kid wants to hit it away. It's going to be up to Scotty, but he actually goes under it. This is in front of the goal, but he can't find the shot either. Boostless, I think, lucked out a bit on that one, as Whackjo had the potential setup, but just got a little bit out of sorts in front of the goal, and so we've still got a tie game just over a minute in.
Yeah, we're seeing Boostless now actually having more of a defensive mindset in this case, and it's working out for them since they have not scored. But then again, we're also seeing Whacka and Quinjo. They almost had a an all-in offensive opportunity that Boostless could have definitely capitalized on. So we're now seeing a bit of the same mistakes from Boostless on Whackjo. So Whackjo here, I think they still need to be careful because when the play starts getting very quick, they are not able to keep up with Boostless. So Boostless still can have a chance here if they can take advantage of the all-in offense that we're sometimes seeing from Whackjo.
And that might be a smart transition here from Boostless, not having really found anything on offense, making some uncharacteristic mistakes, trying to go all in for the ball. They've now pulled back, looking to play solid defense and maybe trying to exploit some similar mistakes. Quinjo going for the mind game bicycle, but Scotty up in the air, gets the touch. This one cleared out as well. Scotty's going to be going for it. Whacka, the one in the goal. Quinjo here to try and contest it. This ball may actually fall down in front of the goal. Whacka smartly goes up to get the hit. That shot, it was just a little bit more to the right. Would have been on target in the net, but Whacka able to hit it anyways. Whacka's now going to have an open net as that ball bounces out to the middle. It goes in the corner. So it is Whackjo with the first goal.
No, I do not agree that Geekid should have gone up while Scotty was in the middle of rotating back. They almost bumped into each other, so some miscommunication coming out of the boostless people. So now we're in a situation where now that we're seeing that, I'm surprised that we saw Scotty and Geekid go for that again, because we saw that it looks like they had more of a defensive mindset in the beginning, but then it kind of, after they get a little antsy, it kind of bit them in the butt now that they had an open net again. So, and then Whackjo, of course, Quinjo coming back in while Scotty's kind of sitting there. I think he had little boost to work with here. So great job from Quinjo to capitalize on that opportunity. He was just in a bad spot.
He was in a bad spot, but at the same time, that was an amazing redirect by Quinjo to just completely reverse the trajectory of the ball. Caught Scotty by surprise. Even if he had boost, I don't think he's expecting that shot. Would have had to have quick reactions to get up into the air.
Yeah, and even not expecting that shot, I mean, Quinjo, we've seen some amazing goals coming out of both of these guys. I mean, we did see Whacka with a lot more, but now I think they're a bit better now with the team communication. Now, I think Quinjo and Whacka are starting to play a bit more defensively after they saw that they almost had a 2v0 opportunity when Boostless was coming into this game, but we're seeing Quinn and Whacka having some amazing shots here, and they're coming in fast.
Quacka and Winjo, the new team. But with a minute 20 left, this is where Boostless turned in the all-out offense in Game 2. Did not work out for them here. We could see this game start to get away from them, or we could see them pull back, but they're running out of time for either one of those to happen as we're getting down to the first minute. Can't quite get the ball in the goal here as it is going to ride across the front. Whackjo still up by 2. Geek Kid has it into the top, just under the crossbar, and Boostless finally, after 13 long minutes, get their goal.
Yeah, it looks like Scotty, it looked like he was going to be in a bad spot, giving a bad touch, but I guess Geekid told him just to put it off the side, and what a shot from Geekid coming right under the crossbar where no one is going to expect it. I mean, crossbar usually is not anyone's friend. It usually is the goalie's friend in this case, but I would say with Geekid, what a brilliantly placed shot. They were not even able to react to it in time. It was just a great shot on Geekid's part. It brings them back in for almost 40 minutes left in the game. It's 2-1. I mean, we could be going into overtime here if they keep the pressure up.
This pressure by Whackjo did take off about a precious 30 seconds off the clock. Boostless trying to reset in front of the ball. Looks like Whackjo want to let him have it for now. They do contest, take it away from Scotty, but here comes Geek Kid. Quinjo still under it, gets the hit into the corner. With 10 seconds left, Boostless have just one opportunity to get the ball across the field, but Whackjo playing some good defense. Geek Kid's got it here in front. Whacka blocks it. This is going to be it. Ball knocked down into the corner, so Whackjo come up with the win here in our first series, going all the way to Game 3. And ended with the same scoreline here as Game 1, just the teams on opposite ends of it.
Yeah, and Boostless, I would say coming back in a little too late in the game, though, but Whackjo with the amazing play in the offense and some patience that we've seen in the defense, although we did see Scotty getting a good pass to Geekid, so we know that Geekid is able to get a really amazing shot just under the crossbar, and that's forcing Whackjo to trying to make a formidable save. I mean, if they did make that save, that would have been amazing. But Geekid coming in really quickly with that last one, but it wasn't meant to be. So great job to Whackjo, taking it 2-1, although it was a very exciting series. Went all 3 games.
Did go all 3 games, and 2 of the games decided by just 1 goal. So there was a lot of tense moments towards the end and a lot of comeback potential. Unfortunately, Boostless was not able to pull it out, but that's why we've got more tournaments